those houses was Paoletti's field. It was just a field. And Paoletti had stopped farming it long before I ever was there. He had a little garden in one corner. But it didn't matter because that field was bumpy and full of odd things. And so we could have our imaginations go wild in there with war or tag or whatever game we made up. We didn't play sports in that field. That was in the church field, which I think the church approved of, but except for the Brooklyners. And at the corner of this Paoletti field was this big bush. It was so big that it went over itself and you could crawl into it. Well, as boys, you need a fort or a clubhouse or a secret place. This was perfect. And so it was frequently somebody's fort. Well, in the spring of 1969, Tommy and I go, let's go see what's in there. Because frequently people, when they had their fort, would leave stuff, which for an 11-year-old is like finding treasure. So we crawl in and it's completely like a cave now. I guess it's pretty cool. We're looking around, we don't see anything, but we see something shiny on the one side and we can't quite reach it. So we walk outside of the bush, you go around to the other side, we lift apart the branches, and there's this baking dish, like a roasting pan, a 9x11 roasting pan, and it's full of little seedlings. Well, in the morality of an 11-year-old, we sort of assumed it was like a lost puppy, so it follows us home. And I tell my mom that we've got this pan of seedlings, and she's querying like, well, don't you think it belongs to somebody? And we convince her, oh no, it must have fallen off the truck. Not that we had ever seen a truck. And so she says, well, you can plant them. She can plant them around the cherry tree on our back. So I plant them. She makes me dig them all up because then I have to till the ground. So I plant all the cherry. My friend Tommy takes them home, but we got some left over. We don't know what to do with them. So we write a little note. We say, from your friendly neighbor, a mystery plant. We go around and stick these plants in people's mailboxes. So the summer goes on, my mom and I, we're thinking, this is going to be a great place. We have vegetables, we have flour, it goes Paoletti's field. And so, but nothing's happened. It's just growing. It's just the green thing. I go off to camp. This is summer of '69. I'm gone for a couple of weeks. It's kind of exciting because that's when they announced who the astronaut would be with land on the moon. His last name would be Armstrong. My last name's Armstrong. Amazingly enough, his name's Neil Armstrong. My brother's name is Neil Armstrong. So that's all kind of cool. Come home from camp. My mom's like, yeah, weed the garden. Tina's like, it's still not a vegetable. It's not a flower. And August goes by. I'm in the doctor's office for my preschool physical. And I'm sitting there probably reading the highlights for children, like we all did when we were kids that age. My mom's flipping through a magazine. She sees a picture. She says, oh, is that the mystery plant? And I look at it, I was like, that is the mystery plant. She's like, well, that's interesting. She's like, well, that's not what maybe we should tear it out. Okay, well, I get home, I forgot. Another couple of weeks go by. The thing is growing a seed. She says, you better tear that out. Okay, I tear it out. She goes, no, I messed up. And she says, you better tell Tommy to tear his out. It's like, oh, I don't know if they planted it. I said, well, Mom, we actually stuck them in mailboxes. She's like, you what? We stuck them in mailboxes. I said, I know the neighbor next door has one growing. It's right in their front yard. She looks at it every day when she gets out of the car and goes into the house with our home world. She'll leave her to tell her. Like, oh. So, judge over next door. Mrs. So-and-so, I'm the one who gave you the plant. Oh, that's so nice, she says. Well, this is what it is. She looks at the plant, looks at me, and she turns and looks into the screen door where her husband is, and in her British accent, she goes, Arthur, our plant, it's marijuana. Definitely not what I intended, and I guess it was a weed after all. It's a story.